You read that reading and you're like, how could the people in Noah's time be so oblivious that, the apocalypse is coming? And, the pandemic was already here. We were already locked down and we're like, oh, of course we're going to get married in a couple of months.
It's like, it's raining, but it's going to stop.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Another piece of that time period that was just so hard is being cut off from the sacraments and being cut off from our community that before had been such a touchstone of our lives and such a support. And I live 5 minutes away from the church. I was in the Adoration Chapel every single day, and to not only have so much wiped away, but to feel like where I could go to encounter the Lord was also wiped away. That was really challenging. It kind of slowly crept up on us, because at the beginning of the pandemic, it was always, a couple more weeks and it'll be over, a couple more weeks. And when we finally realized that, no, it's not going to be over and our wedding is destroyed essentially in terms of what we had thought it was going to look like, it was heartbreaking. That desire to have people together and to have people celebrating with us and to be in person. Because I think I knew that people were watching the live stream and it wasn't the same. I wanted my people, I wanted them with me. And I think that's exactly how God feels. He loves us and he wants us to be with him, and he desires to have all of his children there. And when we can't be there, we walk away or we're not there, I think he feels that same disappointment and that same heartbreak.
I think the other side of our story, there's the heartbreak and the grieving and the figuring out what we're going to do with the wedding very practically. But then in the midst of all of that, Mass is shut down, confession shut down, Adoration Chapel is shut down, we can't have people at our wedding, my family can't fly in, all of that. There were still moments of just true joy that I think made us really appreciate the message of the first reading and of the psalm of, let us go rejoicing to the house of the Lord. That was something that we took for granted of, let's go to the house of the Lord. Maybe we're not rejoicing all the time necessarily, it's just what you do, and then you realize you can't do it anymore, and it's like, oh my goodness, what I would give to be able to go to Mass right now. A lot of different circumstances that people are in where, you got in the habit of watching Mass on a live stream and you're still watching Mass on a live stream, or you're not able to attend regularly, or maybe you're attending Mass on Sundays but you're not part of a small group, and you used to be part of a small group pre-pandemic. We know several friends whose small groups fell apart during the pandemic and they never got restarted, and whatever the circumstances, whatever level of community you had and you don't have anymore, it's really easy to get stuck in that rut. This is your new habit, this is your new normal. Just encourage people to reach out, and also to be comfortable responding to someone reaching out. Whether that's reading in the bulletin about a Bible study starting, or opportunity to join a ministry, or again, even just opportunity to attend Mass in person versus watching on the live stream. I think it's super cool that our parish still has that as an option for people who genuinely need it, people who are immunocompromised, people who are elderly, people who are homebound, whatever the circumstances are. And I think there are so many of us who just fell into the habit and we never really got out of it. So just encourage people, take the opportunity when it's granted, and God absolutely would love to have you at Mass.
If you are still watching Mass on live stream and participating that way, just know that we miss you, and we know that we notice that you're not here, and we're praying for you, and we would just love to have you back in our community. And we have space in the pews, and we have extra chairs that we'll pull out. Just would love to have you back with us. Again, that division of our community is still there until you're home.